talk on, dog.
Key, you know about the bad Judy. I hear like Lil Wayne.
See, man, how much you had to pay on that bill last month?
What was it? 175.
So the bill was like, how much was in total?
6 something.
Oh, okay.
We had 4 people.
I saw you was making sure that the bill was evenly divided.
Man, where y'all money at?
We can tell we were making sure the bill was evenly divided.
Right.
Where your card at, bro? Your card ain't on here.
We all saw that you were making sure the bill was evenly divided.
Yeah, that dude.
We were laughing. That's what we were laughing about. Like, oh, look at that. He was making sure that bill was evenly divided. But hey, so I don't know what y'all doing, but you know what I mean? It's 600, so I got 175. You got 175. Was that with gratuity?
Yeah, that was it. And yeah. So that was with, because they didn't put it in, so with 175, they be able to get a nice bill.
Yeah, that's not bad, man.
Yeah,
That's not a bad bill.
Mm-hmm.
How many bottles?
We had 2.
Hey, that's not bad at all. Like I was telling them, we paid when we went to Vegas.
That's insane.
We paid probably one night for one day. I know we paid $10,000.
Dang.
In total.
Boy.
I know we would pay that was we put up. You had to put up like $4,500
Just the
for the cabana that and just to get in all that. I mean, water, 12 pack of water, $200. So we ordered 2 of those.
Man, where the tap was?
We had a cabana.
Someone want to cook the tap.
Yeah, 4 bottles.
Give me a whole
the bottles like $1,600 to $2,000.
Give me the whole.
And then you had that. Then we had the night shit. I think we had like 2 or 3 bottles at night for the 2 Chainz concert shit. So nigga, you talking
She either told Achilles or she.
And we had 2 hookahs.
Oh, did y'all?
Yeah, so 600 is not bad at all.
That ain't bad.
That's not bad at all.
Like these.
Yeah, that's pretty easy right there, boy. Okay.
I've been in that thing to my man. Let's run it back next month.
He said, oh, who called? He said, not mine.
But the good thing is for First Friday, I think you need a table.
Yeah, it sets the vibe.
Mm-hmm. At least you have a band to get in.
That shit was insane, dog.
You can share one.
That nigga Jay slid that bitch right quick. Come on. That nigga jumped in that bitch.
Yeah, I definitely told the dude. I told him, I thought you said green. No blue bass right here.
Oh, yeah, well,
And that is on my wrist.
That's Achilles. She's done.
Blue bass right here. He was like, oh man, yeah, go ahead.
That nigga slid in that bitch.
I was like, yeah, you right. Then I told him, yeah, he supposed to come with me. I don't know what you was doing. You was over there talking.
I was talking to a girl. And I was like, all right, wait. I'll be no big deal.
All right. Ready, man?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Talking more than anything, bro. Fuck.
And we're back, man, for another episode of the Arguing With Us podcast. It's been a very long time for all 4 of us to be in the building, but we are here, live in effect. Give me a round of applause.
We in the building.
I appreciate it, man. That gives us a good round of applause, man. I'm glad everybody's in the building. Let's start off in 1 second. Key, how you doing today?
Doing good, bro. Back in the building from last week. After we had our first annual cookout. Thanks for everybody who came out, even though y'all came out in the rain. But thanks for the support.
Yes, sir.
So good to be back in the booth.
So the cookout, man. Yeah, before you jump into that, man.
Sure.
What did you enjoy about it first, Key?
I enjoy just always fellowshipping, man, with your friends and people who support you. It's always a good time when we link up and, everybody, I was good when women like, man, y'all did y'all thing, but man, y'all had the size, y'all had extra food. So, you know what I mean?
Nobody should have left hungry.
So everybody enjoyed, the food. Everybody, came out, we made the best out of it, even though we had it all set up in the backyard. So we just do what we do.
Yes, sir.
Same thing for you, Dante.
Oh man, it was good to be around the fellas and people coming over having a good time, even though it rained. But I think for the first time with us doing it, it's a good thing that we came together and got the food. Everybody had enough to eat. Everybody had some place to chill out. Thanks to JD for the letting us in the crib and things like that. And I think those are kind of things that we need to do every now and then, just to let people know we still out here, we still on the mic, and and show support, and people who support us give it back. So I think it was a great start, but I think we can do a lot better and open up to more avenues.
Yeah, man, it was a good look, bro. Like I said, it's just always good when we get together, man. And I know we're all alpha males, and sometimes we argue a lot, but we came together, made it happen. Like I said, shout out to you, JD, for opening up your house, bro. A beautiful home, and we're looking forward to more things, not only just a cookout, but yeah, the second annual, we ready, we loading.
Yeah, man, I thought it was a very good time. I love how we all got together and collaborated, got everything done. Good food, goodies, great conversation, good, just a good time in general. So man, we're gonna keep trying to do stuff like this and just kind of get more involved in the area, get more involved in just talking and just get our name recognition out there. All right, man. So let's try to get into this podcast.
Yes,
I'm just glad everybody's in the building.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, we had a great time last week, man. So let's start off with the first topic of the day. Right now, man, Dame wants to get out of Portland, but he only has one team that he wants to focus on. He wants Portland to focus on, and he wants himself to focus on, which is the Miami Heat. So let's talk about it a little bit. Key, start us off. Like, give me your thoughts on that. Like, do you think that's him just focusing on that one team, saying I want to go to Miami? Mm-hmm. Should that be good for him? Should he not think about more teams? Should he not want to be involved maybe in Boston, Milwaukee, playing somewhere else? Like, he wants to win the championship. Is Miami the best team to give him that chip, the opportunity?
I'm just glad he finally, came out and said, he ready to leave. And they should, at this point, they should give him what he wants, man. He been loyal to that city, stayed down for years, after they gutted the team. After they did that with the pick, going to get the young kid, not trading up to get veterans, after they told him they probably would. Dude was out. So I think at a time they need to take care of him. I understand he only got one team. They still got to look out for themselves too, but at this point, man, y'all in rebuild mode anyway. So, take care of him like Minnesota took care of KG when KG did all them years. Miami would be great for him because they need another scorer. If some way you can keep him, Butler and Bam together, they'll be back in and have a chance to win the championship. Because to me, last year they was missing another scorer. Who can add another 20 to with Bam and Jimmy. When Jimmy sometimes, because Jimmy played both of them on the floor, and Bam, he'll be a great fit over there, the Heat culture. So don't have a problem having the team where he want to go to. I think he had Brooklyn at first, but for win a championship, Miami at this point probably give him the best chance of winning a championship.
Man, I don't want to hear it from Dame. And this is why. Dame, you had plenty of chances to get out of Portland. That's number one. You had plenty of chances. And you can easily say, well, they need to treat Dame right and give him what he wants. Nah, you had all the chances to get out. You were being stubborn about you staying in Portland, winning the championship in Portland. When you had chances to leave, you didn't have to stay. You had plenty, but you signed for the money. And then now you're getting late in your career, and everybody like, yo, Dame needs to win a championship. No, Dame should have left when he had the chance. And I agree with Portland. Yeah, I gotta get some pieces. I gotta get some picks. I gotta fix my team. When he leaves, I still gotta fix my team. Because if you look in the past couple of years, they didn't win nothing with Dame. So what's the difference? You should have just left. You should have just left. Now, for him just only concentrating on one team, I think that's a bad move on his part. Because guess what? Look at your contract. Look at your contract. Your contract is sticky. It's a sticky contract, and I just think Dame waited too long. And wherever Portland feel like they want to send him, he got to suck it up. He really has to suck it up. Or if he's not gonna play, guess what? You still no closer to a championship yesterday than you are today. So I think you need to weigh your options. And if you don't go to Miami, like you said, go to a Boston, go to a Milwaukee, you know, because you got a better chance to win a championship with them than Miami. Now, Miami did get there this year, but guess what? You done lost key pieces. You lost a point guard, you lost Struz. So now you down, and then you're going to have to give up Tyler Hero and Douglas Roberts. So now you still stuck again. You don't have nobody on the bench. So, I mean, don't get it twisted. Yeah, Miami made it, but they had those pieces. You get Dame, you got Dame, Bam, and Butler. And everybody keeps saying playoff, Butler, whatever. But some games, he doesn't perform.
And that's why you need a Dame.
But that don't mean you're going to still win. I mean, because guess what? Because let me tell you, Milwaukee's going to be a whole lot better. They're going to be a whole lot better. Philly, we still don't know yet because they coming and going. Boston, we trying to figure out what their final team is going to look like because they still trading pieces. I just think that Dame needs to look elsewhere and not just Miami.
Man, the one thing about the NBA, bro, players run the league. So if Dame want Miami, it's going to happen eventually. It may not happen before the season, but it will get done. They'll throw a third team in there to get those picks that Portland, I think, ultimately wants. I mean, that's, you know, you don't really care too much about Hero or Duncan Robinson. They're great shooters, but, you know, I think they ultimately want picks. And when you talk about how, like, Dame had an opportunity, bro, don't turn away $200+ million, bro. Like, you take that money. Like, you can always be traded at any point.
Well, don't complain now, though.
It ain't about complaining at the end of the day, bro. Would you turn, if your team offer you 5 years, $270 million, you think you're going to turn
Bro,
it
you
down?
can't have it both ways. You
can't,
cannot
bro.
have it
But
both
that's
ways.
the thing about the NBA.
Before we dive into that, let's put some context to, like, what they're actually, Portland's asking for. They're asking for 4 first-round draft picks and, like, 2, you know, probably exception as far as players. So that's a lot on the table to ask for. But if you're Portland, why not you want to improve your team quick in a hurry? You don't want to wait.
Yeah.
So you don't want to just be waiting on them to just, because you have young talent, you want to keep building, but you also want to, you know, be somewhat competitive, right? So what you're saying is great, but if you're Portland, you've been loyal to them.
Yeah.
You just talked about the contract he just signed. That's loyalty.
Yeah. That's cool.
His last 2 years, when he's like 35, 36, he's gonna be making $60 million a year.
It's a lot.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Why? What else can Portland do to show loyalty?
They can trade him to Miami.
They're going to trade him, dog. Like, because I think it's time to move on. I think when players get what they want in NBA, they get what they want.
But
We've seen it before.
But you can't have it both ways.
What's the both ways?
The both ways that he could have left a long time ago. Don't start.
But I'm saying,
don't start complaining
you
now
gonna get
that you're getting late in your career and you know your time is running out for you to win a championship. You should have left a long time ago. They ain't still probably would have got a $200 million contract from somebody else.
Not necessarily. You got 1 year less. You wouldn't have got a 5-year deal. Like, we had this conversation when Giannis was up. Yeah, you signed that deal, though. You can always ask for a trade.
But Giannis in a better position playing in Milwaukee.
He is.
And so Giannis knew, like, okay, I can stay. Dame knew he wasn't winning nothing out of no Portland.
True, but at the same time, why would you turn down $200+ million?
Well, don't complain. You got the money. You playing for the money. So don't get mad.
And nothing wrong with getting the money, but at the end of the day, NBA players get what they want.
But in this case, guess what? Portland looking at it from a standpoint, we need to get what we want.
But Portland, even if they get whatever 2 top premium players, they're not winning nothing.
So that's my point.
People still gonna support them in Portland. They got nothing else.
So that's my whole point of saying Dame should have left a long time ago. He still would have got a $200
But they had an opportunity when they had CJ. They made it to the Western Conference Finals. Who they played against? OKC?
OKC and Golden
State. 1
year.
You
know what I'm saying, but they had pieces to start winning, so they had a shot.
And how long they been there?
I mean, it's been a while.
That's my point.
But I'm saying, nothing guaranteed in the NBA.
I agree, nothing guaranteed, but Ray, Dame has been there long enough to see. You see the writing on the wall where y'all not making it nowhere. You see the Golden State getting better. You see the Lakers making moves, and Portland ain't making enough moves to where they can get where they need to go. But it is what it is.
But I think he gets what he wants. I think he'll get out of Portland.
I think getting out of Portland is not the issue. We all understand that part. But the thing is, we keep trying to understand from his behalf is, why do you feel like Miami's the only place you need to go to win? We get it, like, and he's talking about sitting out. Well, go sit out.
Yeah, he ain't gonna
because
sit out.
at the end of the day, if you're thinking about like, hey, Portland's been loyal to you.
Yeah.
They've given you everything you wanted. You just named like, hey, like they were in the Western Conference Final 2 years ago. They felt like CJ was not enough for them to win. They moved CJ, right? So they moved CJ and they go and they're trying to get a little younger. And at that point, when they moved CJ, Dame could have said at that point, hey, move me too.
Yeah, he could have.
He didn't do that.
And I think he was being loyal to Chauncey, give him an opportunity. Let's
to figure it out.
To figure it out, because he said they told him what made him on draft night. They said they were gonna go and still trying to win. But when you go draft young, that means you're in a rebuild mode. So I don't need to be here in rebuild mode. So, and I get what you're saying, Don. But look, it's still. But at the end of the day, it's a business, bro. You gotta get that money. Ain't nobody turning down. Because all the stars signed that deal when they got that option to get that max.
But you don't think he was in rebuild mode when they move CJ?
But I'm thinking he thought, but I'm thinking they'll go and plug somebody because we know we can't win together. Okay, you and CJ ain't getting it done. Let's go find a number 2 for you. They went and got a number 3, but they ain't really got number 2.
But when they traded, hold on now. Let's make sense of this. When they traded CJ, that was really at that point they were saying rebuilding. They brought in, I think, Josh Hart.
Right.
And Grant. Right.
I think Grant came in a little bit later. But it was, you knew
at
that point.
They brought in what's the dude, Harvard's Grant's son.
That's what he said.
Yeah, Jeremy Grant.
Jeremy Grant.
But he came from the Pistons.
Yeah.
But he came like a couple years later. At that point, you knew that they weren't trying to win the championship. So he could have asked for a trade at that point because he knew once CJ was gone, that's the core of their players. But they went younger. They went with the kid Sharp. They went with another Simmons. So Anthony Simons. Yeah. They knew they were going young then. So he could have said at that point, he's seen the change going around him. He was more enthused by that contract and getting that $200-something, almost $300 million contract. That's really the driving factor. Let's be honest with each other. We can't act like he was not. That wasn't the contract that kept him. The contract was the reason why he stayed.
But I get that, definitely. That was a part of it. But he also said they told him that we was going to get younger and still go get veteran players to compete for a championship.
But they tell you that all the time.
But true. But I'm just saying, you going on what the organization telling you until they start playing.
Who do you think's going to go? Have you been to Portland?
Nobody.
Who in the world's going to Portland to go and try to win the championship?
Right. And that's my thing. That's why I said y'all both been good to each other. Keep the relationship right. You go ahead and do right.
Wait, once they trade him, there's no more relationships.
Exactly.
But I'm just saying, he always
retiring his number.
He can always come back and represent Portland. You know what I'm saying? Because other than Portland ain't really got nobody who represent them, from future NBA players. Nobody. Clyde Drexler don't do it. He more do rep in Houston. So
I think that's a little different. I think Clyde played in Houston.
But he started in Portland. He was the man.
No, you're not listening. He played for the Houston Cougars.
Right.
So he's always been like in line with what the Houston culture, just the city in general. But that's beside the point. As far as the ambassador, what you're talking about.
Yes.
I'm not worried about the ambassadorship. I'm worried about the fact that he's asking for something that Miami doesn't have, maybe not being equipped to provide, which is the type of equity that will help Portland get better. They don't have it. Like Miami's always going to be one of those teams in the middle of the pack. When they're in the middle of the pack, or they're really good. That's it. They're not going to be like. So when you're asking for delayed picks, like how the Lakers when they traded for AD, New Orleans like we're going to keep pushing these picks back because they're waiting on the Lakers to be awful. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They were hoping that once LeBron retires, they're going to have to blow it up, and that team's awful. And then from there, they can literally say, all right, you know what? We got what we need now. Now let's go get a top-tier talent that the Lakers going to get, and maybe the top 5 picks of the draft. That's the notion of it. But, I mean, what's Miami? Miami, for the most part, has always been a middle-of-the-pack team, so you're not going to get like a top 10 pick, a top 5 pick.
So, my thing is, like Ray said, it's going to be a two-team deal. What Portland gonna have to do, a 3-team deal. What Portland gonna have to do, they're gonna have to build a team like OKC, but they're gonna suck for a few years, and you gotta hit hard on your own first round pick. Because ain't no free agents coming there. Nope. That's the way they're gonna have to build. They're gonna have to build like OKC. Like OKC said, you know what? It's time to start over. Got rid of KD, got rid of Russ, and they started hitting on their picks.
But I think that OKC's not a great example. They're not, because you really think about it, what they've done is
They built through the draft. OKC.
Who?
They
name outside of Westbrook, KD.
I'm talking about
and
now.
Harden.
I'm talking about now.
They got a couple. They got a couple young pieces.
No,
they
what they've
traded
done.
for Alexander from Case.
What they done is took players who they took value of them on their picks, took players that wanted out or wanted to go through trades, and that's how they made it. And they had caught them on the end of the year of their contract or something like that, like PG. PG trade is what gave him SGA.
Yeah.
They didn't draft him.
Yeah.
Right.
So, but it was equivalent of getting him and being able to say, okay, we're gonna make you our star player. But they didn't draft him.
No, I'm saying that's what type of move they're gonna have to follow that thing. And like they dropped which I love the kid they drafted, Giddy. Love his game. They got they got a couple of picks that they got with him. I'm just saying that's how they're gonna have to build. They can't go in free. Yeah, they can't go in free agents and be like, look, let's go try to get such and such.
They have solid talent. They don't have a superstar player outside of SGA.
Right, and they ain't gonna get it unless
that's how Portland gonna be.
And that's how Portland gonna be.
I'm just saying they took in other players that wanted out. Like when I think PG wanted out.
Right. So
they in the end look at that's the best value we can get because they have so many picks. But that's it. Like I mean I don't see Portland doesn't have that's what they want. They want to trade Dame so they can have value like that. Then they can do that.
But you never get value for any star players you get, bro. No. You just gotta hope that the future picks pan out.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's the whole thing. Like you got like you said.
But this is what I'm trying to say. Like if you look at OKC roster, what picks that they pan out? I mean,
Giddy, like you said, Giddy. They got the other job was it Jaren Williams? They got the two Williams kids. Chet might be doing something.
Yeah.
But
so like you got
players though. Chet was drafted because they were awful.
So you hope
Chet
those
was in
picks
the
pan
top
out.
3 of the picks.
Right, but you hope
they were awful.
That's what I'm
saying.
saying.
What Portland's gonna have to.
They're gonna have to be awful for the next couple of years.
Their high picks gonna have to pay off.
Yeah.
Like that's how you get back relevant.
That's
like
what I'm saying.
No free agents come in there. Unless you get a trade there, that's the only way you're gonna get better from a superstar standpoint. But you just hope your picks pan out. And that's the same thing with the Pelicans. Like you hope those Laker picks pan out.
Right.
Like, and then if he goes there, Miami's good. Shit, like you said, that's the back end of the lottery, that late first round. Like
I don't think you can depend on picks. I'm just saying, like
you can't depend on picks, but it gives you opportunity to trade it if you want to go trade for somebody. It's a trade.
Sam Presti's done a good job of creating value.
Yes.
By acquiring talent and then trading that talent to create more value.
Yes.
Right. But those picks still have not done anything else because 2 years ago they were in the top 3 of the draft as far as trying to draft a player. And that's how they ended up getting Chet.
Yeah.
So it's just like, yeah, that's great and all, but they are still probably the top 13, 14s of picks this past season.
Yeah.
And so a lot of these picks that we're talking about, you're not realizing they're not able to utilize them because they don't. What can they do? You can't do anything else. So yeah, they have a decent team, but next season we'll see. Yeah. But I don't think they're the example.
I'm just saying that's the model they gotta kind of follow because ain't no free agent coming in. Ain't no free agent going to OKC. Even when they got KD and Russ and all them and Ibaka, they got them through the draft. You know what I'm saying? Right. They made good choices on picking talent, and that's what Portland gonna have to do.
Yeah, we'll see, man. All right, next up, man. Let's talk about the Beal trade. Beal happened a while ago, maybe almost a month. This is last month, but we were here to even have that discussion, so we're off. But let's dive into it. Can you start us off again? What was your thoughts on the Beal trade?
I don't love it, but I like it. I just feel like they got a lot of scoring. It just ain't. I don't know what it do for the depth again, because we shown in the playoff last year, that they need another big, bro, to go with Aiden, bro, because Aiden want to play one night and then one night he give you 2 rebounds, bro. Ain't no way. You know what I'm saying? And there's no way that should be happening. We'll see what the coach do. Normally, what's my man's name? The head coach who won a championship with the Lakers.
Frank Vogel.
Frank Vogel. Normally good with putting together a good defensive scheme, team working with bigs, being more active on the defensive end and rebounding. So I like it from that aspect. You did get younger. You got rid of Chris Paul contract, which we saw he was on his last leg, and every time it mattered, he was hurt. So, and still again, you're still dealing with injury-prone players even again because Beal hadn't played a whole season in a few years. KD, we all know. It's gonna be interesting to see what type of scheme they run on offense. Is this gonna be ISO kick, or it's gonna be like ball movement cutting, or they're gonna need a point guard. I don't think you want Booker, even though Booker and KD can generate your offense. I still think you want them coming off pin downs, off screens and stuff where you can get them into a scoring spot, not going ISO where the defense can just set and just give up other people's shots. But they still gonna be one of the favorites in the West. Now, Beal definitely gonna add value. He gonna get a lot of open looks. He gonna be able to come off the bench and when like not the bench as far as like if you take a star out, you pretty much got two on the floor at the same time. You might rest one. It might be him and KD. It might be Booker and Beal. But to me, Booker and Beal kind of play like the same position. How they go score. They both not really catch and shoot players. They more off the dribble, go get their own. But I can't be mad at it. I would have did it. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it work out.
I think for Beal it was a good thing. He need to get out of DC. I mean, you've been here just like collecting checks. You know what I'm saying? And look,
big checks is that.
And you've been collecting checks, and he needed. It was time for him to go. It was a time for him to go to spread his wings somewhere else. Because at the end of the day, when you're in a place a certain length of time and you haven't, I don't think Beal got better here. After John Wall left, and far as his game, everybody knew what his game was. But then at the same time, you injured. You injured every year. You're not progressing. Your team ain't progressing.
Did I tell y'all who was the injured on that team? Did I tell you?
Hey.
Hey.
Listen.
Y'all was like, Bill. I told you.
Well, we can say. But this is the thing.
No.
There's no difference between Bill and John Wall.
John Wall's getting you in the second round of the playoffs.
But this is the thing.
In the playoffs.
John Wall, ever since John Wall left DC, what has he done?
He been hurt. After he tore his Achilles. But I'm just saying, when he was here,
both of them, they were both of them getting buckets.
Nah.
Both of them was getting buckets.
We know who was right. We know who was the injured.
Well, at the end of the day, neither one of them ain't here no more. So let's get to that point.
I just want to point
neither one of them is here. But for Beal, I think it was a good thing, because now he's with KD and Booker, and I think with that team, if they can get Aiden, now Aiden might play better with Frank Vogel. I think it could be that him and Monty Williams, it just wasn't working. So now. The biggest issue, now you got 3 scorers, 3 dudes that can get that shot from anywhere, 3 dudes can take it to the basket, 3 guys that can pull up. How is Aiden going to fit into this and how he's going to accept this? Because if he comes to play now, you got yourself in a situation where it's sweet for them. It's sweet because they're going to be able to score. Now, defensively, if Frank Vogel, like you said, he's a big defensive guy, so hopefully he can get them guys to play defense and bring Aiden out of his shell to get him to hustle. To get him to come to play every night. Because he don't play every night. He just don't. And I think for Beal, it works perfect. Now, like you said, injuries. If they can stay healthy, if all 3 of those guys can stay healthy throughout the year, I think Phoenix going to be tough to deal with. I think they really going to be tough because Booker, you can't stop. Once Booker get going, and he got the mindset now, okay, listen, I got 2 other dudes on this team that can get to the hoop. So you know what? This going to make my life easy now because guess what? It's one-on-one for me. And ain't too many people stopping those 3 dudes one-on-one, period. KD, no. Booker, no. And Booker has shown that he can play the point and he can do other things outside of just coming off the ball. So for Beal and for that team together, if Frank Vogel can get them to play defense and get the best out of Aiden, they're going to be tough to beat.
And I think they can play a little faster now. Because Chris Paul kind of slowed the pace down a little bit, walking the ball up sometimes. So... Yeah, but go ahead, Ray.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cool trade. Like I said, they're going to be elite offensively. I just worry about it from a defensive standpoint. KD now got to play the 4 a lot more. And depending on who they playing, he got to be banging with the bigs now. Plus, I think they're really going to miss Chris Paul's leadership. It's not so much as always on the court. You got 3 guys really not leaders, in my opinion, from a vocal standpoint. I think that's where they'll miss Chris Paul. But, I mean, you got a chance to get a 30-point score, bro, you go get it. Because not many teams playing elite defense anyway in the NBA shit. It's always 125 to 130 every night. So if you got a chance to go get a scoring champion, bro, you go get it. But at the end of the day, lack of rebounding gonna kill him. Point guard play, I'm not sold on Cam. What is it, Cam Johnson? What is it? Not Cam Johnson. What is the dude name? Cam Payne.
Yeah. They gotta go get another point guard.
Signing Eric Gordon was nice. They give it some shooting, some space off the bench, but I think they'll be top 4 in the West. I give them maybe top 4, but they're gonna be scoring crazy points. But I just don't see what they're gonna do defensively to stop anybody.
I don't think the defense is going to be the issue for them. I think that's the whole point of having 3 elite scorers on the team is that you should be able to try to get offensively outscore teams. And they're going to have moments where some guys can have a bad night. We watched in the playoffs against the Denver Nuggets where it was KD struggling with his shots, shooting a lot of shots and having a low field goal percentage. And they probably needed a third scorer. And they didn't have it because CP3 was hurt, and Aiden was mentally out of it. So they needed that. They needed somebody else. There was times where it was 2 games that were really, really close that Denver ended up winning. That they needed somebody else
to hit a couple of shots.
Because they had Sherman doing that coming off the bench, but once he wasn't no longer hitting shots, it was it. And so I feel like that's what they're thinking, right? We need that third scorer, that third 20 to 25 point type score. If Booker's not on, if KD's not on, KD has a history of injuries. So, like we just said before, that should help. But at the end of the day, man, like, I like the trade because Beal needs to really figure out what he wants to do in the rest of his career. He's been in non-playoff games. None. So this should help him from a competitive standpoint to want to be like, okay, I'm here at that. I'm on a team that is expectation is to win it all. So then we're going to see what type of player he is overall and then just in general. So I'm happy for him to finally get on a team that's going to be able to utilize, not just utilize his talent, but now he's going to have some meaningful games to be played in April and beyond. And this is good. This is good, but this is good for the West. You need a team like this over there that everybody's gonna be able to like see, watch, and invest their time into. KD needs a little bit more help now. He's getting a little older, and so I'm excited for that team. I'm excited for now. What's going on with the Wizards is gonna be something different, but I'm excited to see what Phoenix does and what Frank and Vogel can do with this lineup. I mean, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, we thought it was interesting when it was just Booker and KD, and then you add this guy in there. It is. It's going to be very interesting. And it should be a combination of different lineups. Beal should play sometimes with the second lineup. Whoever plays that second lineup is going to be interesting as well. They don't have to command the offense. They do need a point guard. We're all talking about it. But, man, I'm excited to see what he's going to do with this team.
And I love that Eric Gordon picked up for catch and shoot threes. And you still got to respect him if you leave doubling and leaving him wide open there because he can still shoot the lights off that ball. So it's definitely going to be, like you said, it's going to be interesting. The thing is, it's going to be how they can get Aiden back motivated to playing basketball, bro. Because dude got talent, bro. Dude can
he's not a bad
easily
player.
give you 15 and 10 when he wants to.
He's not a bad player. He's not a bad player. He just listen. He just need to figure out what his role is in this league. I think him being the number 1 pick is not served him well. Because I think he thought to himself, like, I'm the number 1 pick, I need to be the number 1 option. And it's not necessarily going to be the case. Not in this particular format. He's not going to be that number 1 option. Not with this team. It's just not going to be there. But hopefully they do a lot of things to involve him. Right? Because he has a good mid-range jumper.
Yeah.
He can shoot the 3 at times. He's a good touch. I mean, the guy can rebound the ball. So if they're able to, when they double KD, kick it out to him, let him shoot that jumper. It helped having CP3. CP3's probably saved his career. So hopefully he understands now what his game is and he can help move forward, man.
And the thing he got to understand too, bro, you 7 foot. Sometimes you just got to go get it on the offensive end.
Also.
You know what I'm saying? Because the defense rotating, trying to get to the shooters, this should be easy put back rebounds. Just don't look for them to feed you 10 touches. You go get 8 points off the glass. You know what I'm saying? That's just effort. You can go get 8 points at 7 foot just being active around the glass, rebounding, putbacks.
He does need to do that more.
And I think that's the biggest issue that everybody's had with him, where he sat there and watched them boys go on the board. He sat there and watched them try to go for rebounds in the playoffs. And he just sat there and watched. He didn't get back into action. So, like I say, if Aiden put forth more effort and be that dude, like James said, the number one pick, and go out there and give the effort, grab the glass, grab the rebounds, go get the loose balls, get the putbacks, they're going to be hard to handle. Because like you said, you got 3 dudes out there that can score, and you got, Gordon who can get his shot off as well. Aiden can get them over the hump. And if he gives effort, he can get them. I'm not saying they can win a championship, but I said they will have enough scoring and enough people around them to give effort. Now, we talk about leadership. I feel like Booker, by playing under KD, is going to be a better leader. I do think that. By not playing under KD, playing under Chris Paul and being around him and having him around when he first got into the league and starting to get the understanding how to be, a floor general on the floor when times get tough, and you know how to get other people involved and getting his own shot. And I think by him playing point guard last year in the playoffs, it helped him progress in that area. Now, we won't know that until we see it, but I think that helped him progress, because at the end of the day, you would never know when that main guy go, somebody got to step up. We know it ain't gonna be KD. We know this. We know KD come to work, do his job, and go home. This is where Booker can really show his elite status by playing up under Chris Paul and understanding the game and understanding situational basketball to help them get over that hump and to keep Aiden involved in the game mentally. So I think it's time for Booker to show that.
Yeah, I agree. Now that we just brought up CP3, let's talk about that real quick. And Ray, start us off on this one. What's your thoughts on CP3 going to the Warriors?
Empty calories. CP done, I get it. But where you gonna fit at? Steph at the 1, Clay, like they gonna be so small. Like, if think CP coming off the bench?
I think gonna have to.
I mean, like, that's where I don't see the fit. But I mean, we got a chance to get a Hall of Famer. Maybe going to California might help, but I empty calories, bro. Honestly, though, for real. I don't think he pushes no needle in pushing him over the hump at all. It's just, all right, another trade for Chris Paul. By the 16, 17 we've been in the NBA. It's just whatever now, though. Honestly.
Okay.
Key.
I just don't think it's a good fit for the team. They're an up and down team. Good for he good for experience, leadership. But I think it was more of this trade was more of getting rid of
His contract.
Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
Jordan Poole contract to give Draymond his money, and they know Chris Paul deal is up next year, so you can get him and have a swing with him. But yeah, I just don't see how it fit. Golden State like to play fast. Chris Paul was more of a slow pace walk up. You know what I'm saying? Running pick and rolls. Golden State more of a move without the basketball, cut, the ball move, not the point guard dictate the offense. So I just don't think it's a good fit, but I just think they did it more to release Jordan Poole contract and get a decent player who maybe can be get your 10 points off the bench. He definitely coming off the bench. He's not starting. And then next year you get rid of his contract. At this point, because Golden State thought those picks would have been worked out right now. Like the dude, the 7-footer.
Looney.
No.
Wiseman.
And then the Kamingo, and they gave you nothing in the playoffs. Shit, Wiseman ain't still in the league. Who he with now?
Detroit.
Yeah, so, but I'm thinking they thought when they won that chip that it would be their turn this year. And, and they had to get rid of Poole, bro. It was just a toxic environment, bro. After you get hit like that, bro, you know what I'm saying? The chemistry wasn't never going to be the same. I don't care how much you say, we moving on. It ain't going to never be the same, bro. And they had to make the move, but like Ray said, I don't see them impacting them no way. Because the thing is, they got to get bigger. They were small. And that's how they got punished against the Lakers. They were too small. So you asking, Draymond's not the same. Still good. He's not the same player no more. They're going to go down there and bang with the bigs for 40 minutes. And Looney, he give you what he did, but you need another big. So I don't see it. I don't see anything other than it was for to get rid of Poole contract.
Yeah, I agree with Key on that one. I think Golden State is running out of time, and it's coming, and the end is coming near for
I
them.
told y'all.
The end is coming near, because you can see it. Like, why would you go get a Chris Paul? Like, for what? He injury prone. Steph ain't been the healthiest in the past couple of years, and Clay ain't been the healthiest either. So I'm like, so now you in a situation where you still small. Okay, who gonna play defense? Who is gonna play defense out there? The way these point guards get to the basket now, the these dudes getting one-on-one action, and this is what's gonna. Then this was really gonna be bad. Who is gonna guard who now if they play Phoenix?
Shit, I can name a number team who they think they can
Who
guard.
the boys out of OKC? All them boys. Them boys coming, they moving at a faster pace. The Lakers, they got young talent moving at. So I mean, Memphis got,
New
what I'm saying, New Orleans. So it's not like Golden State. You got 3 dudes right now that are injury prone, and you asking them to guard these guys like that. Sacramento, you asking them to guard these guys on the perimeter. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. And then like we said, Chris Paul is always in the mix of he played 10 games, he down for 20. So I mean, you gotta realize. I just think they're running out of time. And like you say, Draymond ain't the same Draymond. I mean, he can give you what he gonna give you. He gonna bang for a little while, but these guys are up in age, bro. And they 34, 35, 36. Well, in basketball years, they damn near 60. When it comes to basketball, for the toll that they've been taking on their body for the past couple of years. So I just think Chris Paul, they're just grasping for straws and hoping that he can just find a way to just get them something. But I just don't see it. And I just think, like he said, they too small. People are going to bang them on the boards. And I just don't see nothing good out of this. I think there's going to be some frustration somewhere down the line between him and Steph when they start wanting to push the ball up the court.
Well, I think he's going to be good for the second unit, the young talent. Moody.
Yeah.
Jonathan, I think it's
Kuminga.
I think it's going to be, for those type of guys that need the guidance, that need somebody that can help them, motivate them, have them focus on their game, focus on moving without the basketball, run the court. He could be the, what AI was a little bit, with
Denver or New Orleans?
Denver.
Memphis. Huh?
No, I'm talking about AI.
Yeah.
Not AI from, what's the name? I'm talking about Andre.
Iguodala.
They called him AI too.
Yeah.
Or he could be how, what was the guy that had the old man jump shot? Sean Livingston. Like, they can play that role, but I think it's just more of an inspiring contract.
Yeah,
I mean, this is going to be his last contract. It's not technically his last contract, but it's his contract. This is the last year of that contract. So you can offload that salary at the end of the year. And if it doesn't work out, you can trade him up mid-season.
Mm-hmm. And you got rid of Poole contract. That's what it was really for.
Yeah, it's really about moving Poole, letting Poole start over. Maybe get your own team, do what you need to do. And then at the same time, have an inspiring deal so that when you want to move out that contract, you can. That's all I see this is. And hopefully it works out. It works out for them. I don't think this swings the needle as far as championship, right? He's not going to be a championship piece that's going to change the level or the direction of his team. But it is something that can help them. He's definitely a coach on the floor, right? And I mean, listen, this dude's been playing almost 17, 18 years in the league. I think he can adjust when it comes to the style of basketball they're going to play, right? Sometimes it doesn't work for some players. But I think with CP3, he's intelligent enough to know that he can change the style of play to support this team. But it's just really about, honestly, like not Ray, what Keanu said earlier, it's really just a contract. Mm-hmm. You get an inspiring deal, you get a pretty good player that's kind of past his prime, that's really going to be about just helping the team. And at the end of the day, you can trade him for assets. His contract is durable. You can either extend his contract if you want to move on, or you can just trade him some other team or a contender, right? That he can go play on and be that missing piece for them, right? I thought Philly would have been a good move for him, but so it's just all about working on that, helping him on the back end of his career. But it's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, it seems like they already pressing his jersey, so that means he ain't trading him anytime soon. They already pressing his jersey. I seen that. They post that online, the CP3 jersey. Right. That means they ain't going nowhere right now. Nope. Now, about, maybe about we see at December time frame. We'll see from there. But right now, I don't know. They've already made their mind up that he's going to be a part of this organization. So we'll see how this works out. But good luck. All right, man. Let's dive into what's going on in Philly, man. James Harden has asked for a request for a trade. Doesn't seem like there's a lot of partners that's there to help them out as far as getting them out there and getting to a contender. So, key starters off. Where should James want to go next in his career? Considering this is his last year of that deal.
I'm over James. He should stay in Philly. That's where he wanted to go so bad from Brooklyn. You got a big man in Joel Embiid. You got decent role players. If James, I think he had a good season last year, but I think if James Harden would have been a James, but what happened to his shot, bro? Are you not in the gym like you was when you was trying to get that deal? Because, bro, when he used to leave his hand, you'd be like, bro, this dude gonna miss. Now he be wide open shooting bricks, bro. I'm like, if he would have hit half them hot shots last year in the playoff, they would have moved on. There was a lot of games where he didn't show up, bro. I'm tired of seeing this dude asking for a trade, bro. Like, bro, stay in Philly. That's why you said you wanted to go. You left Houston, saying you want to go to the Nets. I get it. Okay, everybody gave you a pass. That shit was a mess. Then you forged your way to Philly. What's wrong now, bro? Like, no, bro, I'm over this dude, bro. Stay in Philly. Nobody should even trade for this dude, bro. Like,
he sounds like he's perfect.
Yeah, bro. I'm like,
what you like? James Harden do with you, bro? Like,
check something out.
I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying, bro.
Maybe made him like Horse Winners or something.
Hey,
you acting like
you acting like
he got to stay. That he wasn't born in Philly.
But I'm just saying, bro. You getting what you want. You said you want to go play with Joel Embiid. You got a top three, probably a top three best player in the game right now.
MVP,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
MVP.
Yeah.
If you want to argue between probably best three players, Jokic, Embiid, and Giannis,
right?
You know what I'm saying? What else? Why you want to leave, bro? At this point, bro.
Man, that man don't like the harsh winners, though.
So he don't want to win. That tells me
it's
he
cold
is not
outside.
about. He's not about winning.
Have you ever been in Philly before?
He's
It's
not
cold
winning.
out there. I've been in Philly a few times in my lifetime, so I know what it is. It's cold out there, man.
Dude don't want to win, bro. And nobody should trade for him, bro. Nobody.
Dang, that's how you feel?
That's how I
He
feel.
hot, boy.
Yeah, I'm mad, man. Why you so
Hot
upset,
key.
man?
Hey,
Like, why is that?
Keon pissed off because he ain't treat KD right.
Nah, that ain't it, bro.
He got his man in helping him get the trip. That was
No. I said I agree with him trying to get out of
Brooklyn.
It was a mess. You know what I'm saying? But it's the same old thing, bro. It's the same old thing with you, bro. And you're not showing up in playoff games. You might show up in two and disappear in another two. If you'd have hit some of those open shots you were taking, y'all have been playing.
Wait, now, do you think that also Embiid not showing up was also a problem?
But not get that. Embiid was hurt one. Did he get hurt one game?
He was out for a game.
He was like out for a game. But I'm just saying.
Not against Boston. He was not out.
Oh,
Yeah, but I'm just saying. I feel like I don't know if he's putting the same work in the gym anymore, bro. Like his jump shot is just like is not good anymore. Like
you don't think
respect.
he don't put the work in?
I don't think
He
so,
don't
bro.
look like it.
I don't think
Well,
so,
I don't
bro.
think he don't put the
I
work
don't
in.
think he putting the same work in, bro. Once he got that money, bro. I can just tell in his game because
Body-
when
body
dudes used to
don't
do that little step back in that
His
shot, bro.
body,
That
he
joint-
was as lean as he ever been in his career.
I'm just talking about from shooting making.
I'm talking about Ray. Ray say his body ain't there.
I just
1 year out of how many years he been in the league?
Because when he was
15?
in Houston, bro, when it left his hand, you was like, bro, this dude barely missed on it. Now, bro, it's like, I don't think I don't think he in the gym getting up shots.
James Harden has never been no damn Steph Curry when it comes to shooting.
But it ain't
He's
even.
never been an efficient scorer.
He probably short by a high 38, 39% from shooting jumpers.
No,
Yeah, threes.
He's never been an efficient scorer, bro.
Shit,
He's
bro.
always been a high volume shooter.
But I'm saying he made way more jumpers, bro, when he was in Houston. Like now, bro, when they leave a hand, you be like, I ain't good.
I don't agree with you. I don't think he's really shot. He's probably in this part of his career, he's not shooting as he don't drive as much as he used to.
But that's why your jumper gotta be. That's what I'm saying. I don't think.
But that's because of age, man, and the fact that the defenders are younger.
ain't no age when making jump shots, but you can shoot jump shots. If you in the gym shooting jump shots every day when he ain't got no job, he getting up 1,000. You can still shoot till you 40. Look at Ray Allen. Look at who changed that game. Even Jason Kidd started shooting jump shots when he got old.
It doesn't hit. She shot a set shot,
but he still was making. I don't give us a set shot, jumper.
He's not exploding pass. He's not exploding pass because he used to. But also, you got to realize that, like, you're talking about jump shots and all that other stuff you're talking about, man. But at the end of the day, those guys you're talking about didn't have the ball in their hands as much as James Harden. He doesn't have to do as much for the offense. So sometimes he could be worn down by the time he get to the fourth quarter.
Maybe me, but I just don't think he putting in the same work he was doing.
Okay.
That's how I
Donovan, man, your turn, bro.
Man, watching James Harden now is like, man, come on, bro. Because like I said, some games he look like, okay, he's back. Like, and we know that James Harden ain't gonna be the same James Harden in Houston. But I'm like, you got to be more consistent. Because like you said, he playing with one of the top 3 players in Joel Embiid. But like you said, on the flip side, Joel Embiid, he get lost some games where he don't show up. So it's like double trouble with them, with Philly, if both of them doesn't show up. So I just think he need to stay in Philly. I think they got a good nucleus. They got some good things, good pieces. They got a different coach now. They got rid of Doc. So let's see what you can do without Doc. You know, let's run it back and go from there. Because I mean, you can't just keep changing team and changing team. Like, come on, bro. Like, something got to stick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you stayed in Houston a while. You went to Brooklyn. That didn't work for you. Now you want to go to Philly. Okay, now you're in Philly. You just want to stay 1 or 2 years and leave? Like, nah. And if they do trade him, I want to trade him where he want to go, which is out to the Clippers. Yeah. Like, nah, I'm gonna trade you somewhere. I'm gonna get some picks. I'm gonna get something that's gonna better my team. Cause we cannot sit up here and not expect and not say that James Harden helped Philly out a lot. Like, he helped that team out a lot with being the point guard, you know, making passes, doing what he got to do. He had him, you know, won a couple of games for him this season. But I think he just needs to stay where he is and work it out. And Philly needs to make a couple of moves to add a couple more pieces to the bench to make them more, you know, to get them over that hump. But at the end of the day, him and Embiid got to play better in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's frustrating that every year he seems like he wants to leave and go to different teams. But NBA, but like I said, but star players get what they want. But I don't think nobody's gonna trade for him. I think he'll still be in Philly. Like, it's a perfect situation. Right? You got Maxey on the come up, MVP Embiid, Tobias Harris, he's not the greatest, but he's solid 15. Right? Just you really don't have a big expectation of James from a scoring standpoint. He's getting everybody involved. He led the league in assists. Get your 18. But the frustrating part is he don't show up in the big games when people need him in the playoffs. I don't need 1 game 40, the next game you give me 8. Like, you should be better than that now, right? But it's crazy that he wants to get out of Philly. Maybe because of the expectations, I don't know. But he's gonna be there. Like, nobody's trading for him. Like, nobody wants him. Clippers, if they wanted him, they could have been made the move. They could have gave up Terrence Mann, but nah, he's gonna be right there in Philly, bro. It's frustrating though. It seems like he's always asking out. It's frustrating from a fan standpoint.
Yeah, I think that, you know, I think it's frustrating because we don't know why, right? When he's coming off these teams that are really good teams. Outside of Houston, even with the Houston situation, man, they tanked after he left, right? So, and these teams are giving up a lot of capital for him. Mm-hmm. A lot of draft picks. I think Brooklyn gave up a lot of draft picks for James Harden. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure how the trade was from Brooklyn to Philly. I think they gave us some picks too. So, you know, all these teams are like putting their future in him, in his hands, and you know he's not delivering. I think that's probably the most frustrating part. So, like, you know, it seems like, I don't know, as soon as something comes off, or maybe he doesn't feel like a certain way, or he doesn't feel maybe supported, I don't know, he wants to leave. So I think that's probably the frustrating part for most of these organizations, is that, dude, like, we're investing our future in you at the current state of what you have as a player right now, and man, you rolling out as soon as it doesn't work out. Yeah. And I think that's the frustrating part. Right, and that's probably why they're getting tired of it. But his best situation is going to be Philly because going anywhere else, meaning like this is his last year on his deal, nobody's really going to give him that big deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's not happening. And if he wants to go back to Houston, okay, great. They're fairly young. They have a lot of young pieces. Maybe they've sent some of the young pieces to Philly. That may help. But that's going to stunt their growth. Yeah. So it's one of those things where we're starting to see, like, he's got to realize he's an aging player. He's getting older. I still like he puts in work. He's just an aging player that's kind of past his prime and needs to focus on maybe just filling a role. Maybe he doesn't want to be the lead guy on the team anymore or something like that. Maybe he doesn't want to be a 2. Maybe he wants to be a 3. I think we just don't know why he wants to make these moves. I think just understanding exactly why would help. I think that's been the issue, man. So good luck to Philly, though. I mean, dealing with, he's an outstanding talent. He's been a great player. And he was a good player this past year for him. I think he was like 20 and 10. Yeah, 20 and I think he led the league in assists. Yeah. So he still has a lot of value on the team, right? He's still a 20-point scorer that can lead you in assists, but I don't know if maybe he didn't embrace that role. I don't know what it is. Maxey wasn't healthy all season, so that never flourished out. But I don't think he has a lot of interest in the NBA. So it's going to be tough on him seeing what can he do moving forward.
Yeah, have a party on baby. That's what he do. Stand and do a little baby.
Well, man, listen, man, let that man enjoy his life, man. All right, so Ray, let's start us off right here. What off-season signing did you like the most? Give me one.
Just one signing.
Well, you wrote this question, so you should know the answer.
No. I like what Indiana's doing. Okay. Getting Bruce Brown, getting Obi Toppin. You still got Buddy Hield. You still got Miles. Halliburton signed his new deal. So I like what Indiana's doing.
Key. Still asleep from last night?
I'm still asleep, bro. Repeat the question, bro.
I'm on the Deltry.
What was the question, bro?
I'll give you one sign.
What off-season
signing
that you like? What did you like?
I like what Boston did. Okay. Yeah, I like what they did. I think bringing Porzingis over. I think can be another big that can go with Williams for scoring aspect of it.
Williams got traded, bro.
No, I'm talking about the big man Williams.
Oh, okay, that right.
Yeah.
Not Grant Williams.
No, I'm talking about
traded him.
I think Porzingis can get you 18 over there. You know what I'm saying? Get you another lone player who can score. Because it goes sometime where all the scoring was coming from Brown and Tatum. So now you actually got 3 scorers who can get you about 25, 30 a night now. So I think that helped. But I really like what Boston did.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Hitchamura with the Lakers because he really showed he when he got traded out there, he really showed that he can be that guy off the bench to come in and give him that scoring in the second half when LeBron goes to the bench or whoever goes to the bench. And him and AD work well together. He will rebound. He will give you effort. He can shoot the mid-range jump shot. So I think that was I think that's big for the Lakers.
Yeah, I do like. I like what the Lakers moves very well. I thought that they filled roles and that was a need that they already had, right? They already have the talent. They kept their talent and they filled them some roles that was needed, right? They got rid of Beasley, but they signed another player.
Cam Reddish
and some other guys, some bodies out there that can flourish with playing with a player like LeBron. Long off, it seems like guys are when they get with LeBron, they do play a lot better. They defeat that, and then that gives AD some
reprieve. Yeah,
it's definitely so he can give him a little rest. But I just feel like they made the right moves so far. I wasn't a big fan of the Denver Nuggets really not bringing anybody in to fill in for Bruce Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Losing him's gonna be big. Losing what's the Jeff
Green.
Jeff Green. That's gonna be a big loss for them. But I like what Houston did.
Yeah.
And even with bringing in Dylan Brooks, who can work with these young guys to bring that intensity out of them. Jabari Smith Jr. should play better with a Dylan Brooks around.
And
Van Fleet, and then Jeff Green. They brought some veteran players in there.
Yeah.
They're not just a young team anymore. They got rid of some of the young players. I like they got rid of Martin. They got rid of some of that young talent that they had to, and I like what the Clippers did because they acquired some of that young talent so they can get younger on the front end, more athletic. So I do like what they're doing. So it was some teams that you can definitely see the direction they're trying to take. I did enjoy. I like what the Pistons did drafting the young kid, one of the twins. A lot of wings gonna be on this team though. But now you got some more for some defensive caliber talent that can defend players. So the league's in good hands. But it's gonna be interesting on how, what way it swings this year. Re-signing Middleton was big for the Bucks. They needed that. Lopez. They brought in the other Lopez back again, but they did lose some players too. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Also, I think Carter, who was a very good second come in guard, and I think they're changing their coach can be something they're gonna have to prove to see whether they're working on. So
I like what Memphis did, bringing in some veteran leadership roles and Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart, he's gonna be a big plus there.
Yeah. They say he's got some adults in the room, as people like to say.
Yeah.
So from a leadership standpoint,
it's gonna be big on that. Let's get into a little bit of track and field, man. I'm not sure if you guys been keeping up, man, but Sha'carri Richardson's been running right now. She just won the U.S. championship. She was suspended 100. That she wasn't suspended from last year. She was suspended from Olympics.
Okay.
But she won the one last year. I think it was 2 years ago last year. But she gets suspended for Olympics, so she couldn't compete. I think that was 2 years ago. So she just won the U.S. championship. I think her personal best through that was like a 10.71. She won it yesterday at 10.82. So let's talk about her performance right now. She's been on a nice run. A lot of people had a lot of doubts about her and her talent. Once, everything when she went through she was found positive for marijuana, and then she got suspended, and then she went on this kind of a public, I won't say outcry, but just
that's what it was.
A media outcry where she was just talking and just reckless at times, just saying things that instead of focusing on her craft. But it seems like she's back, as she said, she's back and better. So let's talk about it real quick, man. Ray, what are you seeing in her right now that it looks like she could be ready? Because she's probably the greatest, and this is being honest with people. I tell people, she's the greatest, in the last 20 years, she's the greatest U.S. women's track prospect ever. Right? You think about it, it's 2023. And there was the FloJo in the 80s. Gail Devers was the 90s. And then in 2000, it was nobody that was consistently competing with the Jamaican women in 2000 and 2010s. So here she comes. So let's talk. Give me your thoughts on her performance right now. Is she ready to go against the Jamaican women?
But when you have a made-up mind, you're dangerous. And I think now she's focused. Like, she's making the main thing, right? All the stuff off the field don't matter if you're not performing on the track. And I think she looked like she's back committed, look like she's in great shape. The talent has always been there, but the distractions outside of the track will get a lot of athletes caught up, right? The marijuana situation, I know she's dealing with mental health, her grandmother passing, but it looked like she's more focused now and not worrying about the outside noise. Just stay consistent what she's doing. Sky's the limit. Like, the talent has never been a debate. It's just the distractions outside of the track has really caught her up. But it looked like she's focused now, and hope she stays that way. That's how you make your money, man. Stay focused. Burn it up on the track.
Duncan?
I think, and this would go with anything. Like me and you talk about sometimes, JD. If your mental is not together, you're not gonna progress. You gotta have the mental, whether it's football, basketball, track, whatever it is, the mental. And if your mental bad, your performance not gonna be as good as you think it's gonna be. No matter what you tell yourself when you leave the house in the morning, if that mental ain't right, you're not gonna be right. And I think now she realized, like, okay, I have this great talent, but it depends on me whether I can get to this point or not. And I think that's what it's starting to. And I think she has better people in her corner. Because you got to have good people in your corner to let you know when you're wrong, to let you know that this is not working. Because if you don't have that, I don't care who you are. You can have the greatest time in the world, but if you had a whole bunch of yes people around you, you're going to continue to do the same thing over and over again and keep getting the same result. And I think now she understands that she can be maybe the top athlete ever in Olympic history. One of the tops. Because you got a lot of them out there, but I think if she keeps performing and keeps doing the things that she's doing now at Super 4, I think at the end of her career, she might be 1A, 1B, or maybe even the top women's athlete as the track star.
Yeah, I think like Ray, main thing, focus. And I always tell people, you know, sometimes, bro, when you have success, it's how you maintain success. Sometimes you can have success, it's how can you maintain it. And when you the hunted, from going be the hunted, you hunting, so people hunting you, your name out there, you was there, unless you killing it. You can read all how great you are, stop putting in the work, or just, you know, get out and the main thing don't be the main thing. All that stuff that come outside and the perks and all that, you gotta realize you getting that because you focus on your craft and your craft bringing that, and you gotta learn how to maintain success. And I feel like once she hit rock bottom, bro, she had to go reevaluate everything and be like, bro, like, damn, it's me. I gotta give back to using my gift, putting the time in, the work in, the dedication in. Like Ray say, her body back cut up like she was at LSU. And I just feel like, bro, after all the memes and the jokes, and because people are gonna love you as soon as they gonna come for you. And it's about winning, it's about your craft. And it was just, you know, like Ray said, the talent always been there, bro. You already, like JD said, you already been a prodigy coming out from high school, going to LSU, to the Olympics. And I just feel like she just got back to being focused, back working on her craft. All the others outside noise don't matter. Y'all, really, it's fake love. You're gonna love me when I'm winning, but when I'm not winning, you're gonna be in the memes, commenting and sending stuff. So, and she's shading people back up by winning.
That's all. Winning solves it all.
And once she ready now, and I think that's the thing. Focus, bro. It's all about focus and dedication when you come to your craft, and she's doing both.
Yeah, I agree with everybody, man. I mean, she's literally, like I said, I've always been a big fan of hers. I've been knowing about her ability and her talent in the track and field arena for probably since I think she's coming out of I think she's from Beal, Texas. I think she grew up outside of Dallas. So, you know, she had been well recognized. And coming to LSU, winning 1 and 2. She was national champion 1 and 2 as a true freshman at that. Just established that she was willing, she's there. She has the talent to compete against anybody. It was all mental. And I think when fame comes, it can come. Some people, it can come really fast. I think it kind of came at her really quickly, and you know, she had to figure out how to deal with it. Yeah. And then, you know, once you get to a point where you're famous, but you're famous for something that you're really good at, and you're not winning in that, you know, you're basically just, that's the term I'm looking for here, but you're not competing at the level you can be. You're famous, but you're not famous for being a great track athlete. At this point, you're just famous for just saying stuff. Yeah. Coming off of interviews, losing track meets, and having issues with the camera in your face. I noticed now she ain't got no issue with that camera in her face. Now she's smoking people. Yeah. So it's just a simple fact of just that frame of mind. Like, she's now at that point in her career where everything is clicking for her. She's realized it's the work she's putting in that's allowing her to get all the recognition. And that's what she needs to keep focusing on. It's the work you're putting in. Yeah. Stop worrying about all the other BS, because when that comes, that's going to come the accolades, the fame, and people are going to praise you. You know, I like her antics at times. I like when she threw a wig off just before this fight, for the finals. She took it off. Like, literally said her name, and she grabbed the wig and took it off and threw it behind her. And they were like, oh, she means business. You know, I like that. You're a showman. Be a showman. Ain't nothing wrong with being a showman. There's nothing wrong with that. But it comes when you're confident and you know you're poised and ready for the challenge because you put the work in. Yep. And that's what she's doing. Yes, I mean, I told y'all, when she lost that match last year, I think it was last year, the national champion, I told you at that point, I said, I looked at her body and I said, she's gonna get smoked. Like, I could just tell by her body, she wasn't ready. Like, her body wasn't cut up, it wasn't leaned out. I mean, some guys, you can see they either lift weights or most guys, when they're, especially track and field, when they're really young, they just don't have the body mass just yet. But they still leaned out. And you can look at her body, she wasn't leaned out, she wasn't ready. You can see it. Like, okay, she's not physically ready. And she got smoked. And listen, now there's no more excuses. I think she's ready. I think when she gets out there, get some of these Jamaican ladies who's been running the sports probably for the last 20 years, it's going to be very interesting to see how it goes.
Sure.
I'm excited. I'm super excited to see what she does against them. It's a lot of American talent in the 100. A lot. I just watched the men's. I think Gurley just won the men's. He won it again. And it was a fast meet. So it's a lot of talent that we have in the 100 in men's and women's, and the 200 men's and women.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she's ready. I think she can win the 1 and the 2.
Let's do it.
100%. I think Sha'carri Jackson, I think it's Jackson, for Jamaicans, that she's put up a 10.65, which is very fast. But I think if Sha'carri runs her best race, considering the fact that I think her takeoff is very slow, that 10.71 could be around 10.5, 10.6. So she literally has another gear for herself.
Jeez.
So it's gonna be another. I'm excited. I'm really excited to see what she does. But I'm just proud of the fact that she went and put that work in.
Yes, sir.
Congratulations to her for that, man.
Deserve, sir.
All right, so let's get to the next one.
Congrats to her.
Yeah, man. Well, she gotta keep going.
She gonna become the 100.
Oh yeah. Everybody.
That's gonna be the difference.
So let's talk about the NBA in-season tournament. I don't really understand it. I think more information is gonna come out later, but I'm still trying to figure out what's the point of it. But Keith, give me your thoughts on it. What are you excited to see this? Because I'm not understanding it just yet. What's the point of this?
Yeah, I hadn't really did my research on it to see. I'm just trying to see where it's gonna go. What's the reason, the goal, doing it like that? But I don't really feel no certain way about it until I really see the plan when it's going forward. What was the idea of thinking when putting it together like that?
I'm with you on that, Keith. I gotta go back and do some more research on that because at the end of the day, I like the format that they got now. The bottom feeders, you compete against each other to get in. I think you leave it like that. I just think the NBA is trying to do too much.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it as it is. Keep what you got going, and not just we're gonna change this. Nah, keep what you have.
Right.
Cause I think what you have now, you're gonna get people to watch. Cause you got to win 2 games to get in, or you have to at least get 1 game, to get in.
Right.
I think that's better than whatever they're trying to do right now. So I just think to keep the format that you got, you making money off of it. People are watching it, so let it be.
Because I wasn't a big fan on the play-in at first. I was like,
you gotta wait and see.
that's why I said I gotta wait and see. Because I was like, man, I don't know about all that, man. She's
exciting, boy.
But it was exciting. Yeah.
And then now I'm like, brother, now I'm like looking forward to that. So that's why I said I'm gonna wait to see. Because I really at first wasn't feeling the play-in. Like, so you gonna tell me seeding through, the records from 1 to 8 don't really count in the regular. I got it from when it was a short season, but you gonna do it in the whole season. But like I'm saying, I'm with you. I'm just waiting to see, going forward how what they plan on it. So somebody got a plan for something. The reason they did it,
Yeah, I mean they're keeping the play in, but like I said, I think the NBA is probably doing this strategically because most people don't watch NBA really because football going on. Mm-hmm. So if this hits, like people gonna be tuning in, and now you don't have to really compete with the NFL. I think it's more of a ratings type driven thing. Like I said, it's going to be a wait and see to see how the formats and what the purpose is. But if it hits, bro, I think the NBA will be genius because people will be tuning in even during football season.
And don't some like the European over there, they do something like that kind of with their basketball. See, that's what I think. That's what I think
they got a purpose for it. Like I said, we just got to wait and see. A lot of details still got to come out. But it seems like everything the NBA does, bro, it kind of hit on.
Yeah.
Like they're the cash cow. They're making a ton of revenue. They're probably really popular rival. Now, Nobody's talking about the NFL offseason. Now it's always the NBA offseason. Like the players moving back and forth. Like the NBA is winning right now, and I think adding this little play in like around the December time frame, I'm sure they got a big time purpose for it.
And I think one purpose would be to make game meaningful and because early on, because a lot of people don't really tune into basketball until like after the NBA All-Star game, really.
Yeah, they'll take out Christmas.
Christmas Day. You might take out a Thanksgiving game, but for the most part, you really ain't tuning into the NBA until after football season. So, and players really ain't really giving they all. So, and then it might be some incentive in now, but these, the owners are gonna start putting in the contracts. Stats and stuff. All teams doing this.
It matters.
Yeah. So
is it this rule where they having their teams would be divided into 6 inter-conference groups of 5 teams apiece, playing everyone in the group once for the first round, which will be part of the regular season schedule. The 6 group winners and 2 wild card teams will advance to an 8-team single elimination tournament.
Yeah, and I think
like, what's the purpose of it though?
I think they're trying to build. I think they're trying to. So by reading this, I guess they're trying to bring in more people to make these games worth more for seedings on down the road. So if you win that tournament, that means you might be a number 1, number 2 seed, or you might get a way that you get a bye to expand the playoffs. That's what I'm assuming.
But they gotta say what's the true benefit of it.
Yeah, they don't have
it's great to get the ratings and get more people tuned in.
So it's about the money. Because each player on the winning team will earn $500,000 for run-up players will earn. So so you get $500,000 if you're on the winning team. The run-up players will earn $200,000. Semifinal losing players will earn $100,000. The quarterfinal losing players will earn $50,000.
You got niggas $60 million, bro. Like it has to be more than just the money. I get it. Everybody wants more. No doubt about it. But what's the true benefit from
so players must
playoff seeding, like stuff like that? Like it has to have a more meaning.
And it's in the players.
So does it happen in Vegas?
Yeah, I think it'll happen.
So mid-season, you're just supposed to just drop it off and go to Vegas.
Yeah, I think it's like in December or something like that.
And maybe
is there rankings?
And maybe you get a championship trophy mid-season. I don't know. That's why I say.
I don't understand the strategy. Is the worst teams gonna be a part of it?
That's what I'm saying.
Best teams, I don't.
It doesn't say.
That's what I'm saying. We gotta wait and see. But NBA do stuff for a reason. Like I said, I wasn't feeling the play-in. Now I love it. I don't want to see it.
Yeah, but the play is a little different because you all have home court. You have an actual strategy to it. Yeah. This right here, I don't get it. Like, what are you supposed to do?
Right, that's what I'm saying. I don't think we gotta wait and see.
Yeah. Like they just gonna pull up and be like, "Hey, we're gonna play."
Let's go play 6 games in Vegas.
But I don't understand. Is this like another?
You had a mid-season champion?
No, but is this like a midpoint vacation?
Basically.
Or a mid-season champion?
Like a break, like most teams. But how? If you're a bad team, do you not go?
It don't say.
Is it the best teams playing against? I don't understand.
It don't say.
It don't say.
I don't understand.
We need more clarification.
We definitely need more information.
Yeah, that's why I said we gotta wait and see. But like I was saying, NBA they always got a plan for everything.
Yeah, hopefully they can market this the right way.
Yeah, they always got a marketing plan.
I have a quick question for you, Ray. Do you have a dog?
A dog?
Yeah.
No, sir.
It's just a dog roaming around your yard. I don't know where it came from.
In the yard?
Nah, it's outside. It's in the front.
My neighbor got a dog across the street, but
what type of dog is it? It's like a little shaggy looking dog?
No, I don't know who dog that is.
That dog just be rolling. He's just rolling around.
And not shitting my grass. It's gonna be on.
Yeah, I think that's about to happen.
That's like a pet peeve, boy.
I think about that.
Boy, that shit is a pet peeve.
I think that's about to happen.
I ain't take care of his grass, baby.
I might want to walk in my bare feet in my grass. You fucking dog shitting in your grass. That shit is annoying, dog.
Yeah, I hate people with
Good,
dogs.
you never had a dog, have you?
I'm not an animal fan. Like my kids be wanting a dog. They want an animal. Like, nope. Gotta wait till you get older. You can have your own.
But I hate people with
You
who
really
don't pick up their dog.
The whole wait till you get older, you have your own.
You
They bring you out the house.
You can do whatever you want when you get grown. Because you know why? Because if I say we get a dog, guess who's gonna be walking?
It's gonna be your dog,
right? Then I'm just not doing all that.
Oh, look, we done pivot all sports. We talking about dogs, right? And I got a story
Okay, quick story, man.
about a dog. So
You can't
Nick,
get it out.
No, I'm trying to see how I'm gonna start the story. To give you a point. So Nick had two dogs, 3 dogs. So he got one of them little dogs, them dogs everybody love. Them little dog with the mush face.
French
French bulldog. So the deal was, I was like, nah. And I was just messing with, well, if you, because Bryson asked for a dog too. I was like, because I know his mother gonna say no, because he had a dog. I said, the only way you get a dog, the dog come with you. When you come stay by me for the weekend, and the dog gotta leave with you, and I don't want to do no work. So anyway, he shows up with this French bulldog. I was like, yo, what's going on?
Bryce.
Yeah, Bryce. I was like, yo, what's going on? He was like, well, you said. I said, what? I said, I called her. She's like, well, you did. I said, so anyway, the dog comes stay by. And like Ray said, I'm the end. He wants to stay up all night and wake him up early in the morning. He don't want and I'm out there walking the dog. And I'm trying to make sure the dog don't poop on my carpet and shit like that. So now, I'm feeding the dog. I'm like, bro, get up. The dog in the cage, pooped in the cage. I'm getting the poop out because I don't want the house smelling like poop. So anyway, the dog in the room, and I'm talking to the dog, like, you better not like this. You don't pee or poop on the carpet. So the dog saw me go in the shower. Shower up, I get out of the shower, put on my clothes, and like an hour later, the dog ran around like she peed or whatever. I'm like, Bryce, at 45 minutes, go walk the dog. She just ate. His thing ain't he don't want to feed the dog but one time a day. That way the dog won't poop.
The dog.
the dog won't poop or pee. So let me get to the point. So I go in my room, it smells like shit. And I was like, I'm looking under the bed. I'm looking under the in the closet.
I'm just wondering where this story goes.
Yo, it's about to be wild. Y'all about to crack up. So I'm like, I'm getting the air. I said, well, maybe she done passed gas or some shit. So I get the air fresh and I'm spraying. And eventually the smell go away. So Bryce kind of asked for some shampoo. He like, wake me up. Yo, where the shampoo at? I said, man, you wake me up for some shampoo. You know why I keep the shampoo? Look in my tub. He go pull the curtain back. He like, Dad, wake up, come here. I said, no, man, what? It's in there. He like, nah, get up. I go pull the curtain back. The dog done hopped in the tub and shit it in my tub. I guess he was like, I said, oh, she ain't coming back. Shit. I guess she said, well, he said I'm shit on the carpet. I said, no, she ain't coming back.
That's too wild, bro. Wow. That's why you gotta be clear and to the point to these kids. Yeah. No means no. I'm not. You gave him the door to open.
Right, and then we gonna say, I said, well, get it up. No, you clean. I said, what? I said, boy, you don't get that fucking shit. And get that Clorox and clean my tub out. He's like, it ain't my dog. I said, so it's mine? And Nick dog. I said, yeah, that's right. Next week, she ain't coming back.
No, that's crazy.
Well, you heard it here, folks.
He's a dog that eats your Jordans.
Right. But that's what happened. I was looking at that
COVID.
tub.
The COVID or something.
They in boxes.
Yeah, that's funny.
Oh, man.
Say all that to say that dog probably took a crap in your job, bro. So at least you don't know.
If you running around, yeah, you probably got some crap in you.
You got some poop though.
He said, this some pretty grass.
Pristine. You know, man, nice maintained yard. So I was like, I looked at him, I was like, who dog is that? And I was like, he's just roaming around like, yeah, I'm pretty sure he let loose. I'm pretty sure he sat down for a second too, so I'm pretty sure you're like, it's about to rain, so he probably like, yeah, let me get it out.
Yeah, I got him.
So, yeah, man, so, just want to let you know. Yeah. All right, so let's get to the last talk. Let's talk about some Summer League talk, man. Everybody knew that Wemby coming out was probably one of the, he's been touted as probably one of the highest, one of the greatest prospects ever to come in the NBA. Had a very slow start to the game, 2 for 13. Got some good blocks, 5 blocks, been an impact on defense, but you can see the physicality of the game, even with those young players, kind of bother him. So, Key, start us off. What was your thoughts on his performance?
I think, it's a learning curve, right? It ain't, you're dealing with best in the world, you know what I'm saying? You coming from that elite, bro, from high school, like you saying, pretty much college players to like best players in the world, man. And I think I like the effort. Sometimes your shot, I always tell people, sometimes you ain't gonna make shots, but you can still do other things. Rebound, play hard, block shot, play defense. Because, it's a miss and make, like it's a cliche, it's a miss and make lead. Sometimes you're gonna be hitting shots, sometimes you're not. But that shouldn't affect your overall game. So I still think the dude gonna be good because you know what I'm saying? He showed me other stuff he doing He's gonna get stronger. He's gonna adjust to the speed and the physicality of the game. So I think he's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be good. I think he's gonna be. Actually, he's the perfect with Pop. You know, Pop does a great job in getting younger players to understand the game a little bit better and getting them in the right position and the right place. I like I said, it's gonna be a learning curve. But at the same time, everybody he's playing with right now, it's a learning curve for them as well. So this summer league is perfect for him instead of just coming in, jumping in with the regular season. So I'm glad he, you know, came over and just like, look, I'm gonna go ahead and get in this thing early and not wait till training camp where he really be behind the curve. So I think this was gonna help him. I think, like you said, you're not gonna make every shot every night. And I just have an issue with, you know, a lot of people, they put too much expectations on people like him who comes into the league. Well, he's going to do this or he's not going to do this. Let the man play. You know, let the man play. He's going to make mistakes. He's not going to be this perfect guy maybe his first year, but he might learn his first year to be better the second year. And I hate when these analysts and everyone else put so much expectations that if this guy do have a 2-13 night, now he's a bust. You know, and it doesn't make sense. You know, it does not make sense. And I think let the guy play. Let the man, you know, take his lumps, take his bruises. But also, I'm sure he's going to make some. It's going to be some games where he's just out of sight.
Yeah.
So you just got exactly. So you just got to let him play, let him navigate through these first couple of years and see where he goes. Now he get to year 3, year 4, and he looking like some trash. Then okay, then I can stay there. But let the man play. Let the man get used to being over here and playing, like you say, with the best in the world. Playing with guys who've been in the league 5, 10, 15 years and understand how this game works and understand how to mark themselves, but also play the game of basketball on a nightly basis. Because people, it's tough. You flying from one place to the next place, it's hard. So I just think that everybody to back up on their expectations and just let this man play and let's see how it comes out at the end.
And I love the 5 block shots and the rebound.
Yeah, he's hustling.
Yes.
He's hustling.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing to overreact, man. It's game 1. A lot of hype went into this summer league game, playing against the number 2 pick, Brandon Miller. You know, I'm not surprised that he struggled, right? But like I said, you can do other things. He's gonna be amazing. He's gonna create rebounds, block shots. But I think, you know, what he may struggle this year, and you saw one of the highlights, defending in space, right? When Casket at the 3, you might be checking KD at the 4. Right, or the 5, can he defend cats off the dribble? I think that's where he may struggle a little bit, but I'm not surprised. 2 for 13, first game, super hype on this first summer league game. And if I'm the Spurs, I would let him play all the summer league games as long as they're in there. I know their plan is to play him a couple games. He's played a lot throughout the summer and the spring, but you know, just let him work his way out, right? Because at the end of the day, in the NBA, it's back to backs, you know. 4 games in 7 days. Like, he has to get used to that from a physical and from a mental standpoint. But you know, he gonna be all right.
Yeah, I agree with everybody, man. It's gonna take time for him. I did see the Brandon Miller. Brandon Miller's also going through his own struggles.
Yeah.
Trying to just get his establish his game in the summer league. But I think a lot of times you're seeing players playing each other for the first time. There's not a lot of offense being run. And some of these players probably won't even be on the NBA team. It may not make it, so the talent's gonna be different. When you have not off season, but you'll have a entire training camp to work on your offense, work on your game, establish the roles. He'll play a lot better during the regular season. Which is gonna take some time. And you know, I like what I saw from a defensive standpoint. I think he is gonna make his mark on the defensive end until he gets his offense going. So the guy is extremely talented. He's going to have to learn the physicalness of the game. He definitely got pushed around a little bit here and there. But I think that's just going to come with time. And when it comes, it'll be like a wave. It'll hit him. He'll be ready. His body will be ready. And, you know, if people forget this kid's only 19. A lot of those kids are 19.
Yeah.
So I said the same thing for Brandon Miller. I said the same thing about him. It's going to take time.
Yes,
He'll get there.
And I like give me players who don't let offense impact their game.
Yeah.
Some players, and they going 2 for 13, bro, they ain't giving no effort. They ain't playing no defense. They ain't trying to go get 5 block shots. How many rebounds he had? 8 or 9 rebounds, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that just made me think he want to be a complete player.
Yeah, it's gonna take time, but no doubt he's definitely got the talent to be a not a perennial all-star, but a superstar caliber player.
Yes, sir.
Maybe one day one of the best in the game. So we'll just keep watching him as he progresses.
Because for real, I'm trying to see. I don't know what player really just dominated the Summer League.
Maybe the Mary kid,
Who?
the Mary the twin, the one played for the Kings.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, King Murray.
Yeah, the twin.
Yeah, it ain't been that many though.
He's averaging like 40 a game right now.
In
But
the Summer
overall,
League?
yeah.
Talking about this year.
This year.
Oh, okay.
You talking about overall?
Yeah, overall.
Yeah, I
this
mean,
year.
a lot of times they don't play that long. I
Yeah.
I remember LeBron playing. I remember D Wade playing.
But
Both of them having it, but they didn't play like.
Right.
They didn't play like. At first, they weren't having it in Vegas at the time, so it wasn't a focus on Vegas.
Right.
But they played a little bit, and then they got ready for the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on. I mean, I'm just excited to see because it was the thing is I think his tickets. I think a regular Spurs ticket was like maybe like $60, $65 regular season, something like that. I think the Summer League ticket for his game was like $150, $160, like nosebleed.
Wow.
So imagine, so the hype and the whole thing, it's a business. And
It's a business, yeah.
He's definitely gonna be somebody everybody wants to see.
Sir.
All right.
Oh.
All right, so that's our last topic for the day. Anybody else got anything you want to say on this one?
Sir.
All right, Keith, so give us your final thoughts when we get out of here.
Man, I'm looking forward to, bro, it's almost that time again, man. It's almost training camp. I'm looking forward to college football. I'm looking forward to NFL coming back. Definitely, and the summer going by down too fast, slow down a little bit.
Whoop speed.
Yes. But, man, another great podcast. Again, everybody, thanks for supporting the podcast. And, bro, it's good to be in the booth again, bro, after a week off with all of us in the studio.
Yes, sir. Oh man, great to be back in the place. Football season is around the corner, so it's about to get revved up in here. Keep checking us out, keep following us, and keep checking us out.
Especially for college football, it get real crazy.
You gonna be back, but yeah, whatever everything that Keith said, Donovan said, man, great show.
All right, man, get us out of here, bro.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Ain't. JD, you gonna make me go over there one day, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Let me do it for you. Every time you come this way, that's gonna get a piece of
That first piece will be good though.
I ain't never had